Hello Internet, and welcome to this installment of Ask Hua Li, a place where you, a bunch of strangers, put your trust in me, a very confident expert on almost nothing. As always, don't forget to submit your questions to bit.ly/askhhuali. That's bit.ly/askhhuali. Our question this time around comes from Second Helping, and they write, Hello Hua Li. How do you know if an ex is worth patching things up with? I broke up with my ex a few years ago because their poor communication skills and lack of accountability and their tactless comments about other partners when I was around pushed me to a breaking point. After a few messy months, we became friends again, but it just wasn't the same. Nowadays, I feel like they're acting more intimately with me in subtle ways, and it makes me wonder if they're open to trying again. How do I go about this without opening a can of worms that I might not be able to close? Okay, Second Helping, I think there are two kind of major considerations when we are looking to get back together with an ex. The first one is, what were the circumstances surrounding the breakup? I guess there are kind of like two main groups that I sort of think of breakups happening in. One is circumstantial and the other is emotional. Circumstantial breakups are like you're madly in love and then one partner gets a contract in New York City and they have to go there because it's going to change the rest of their lives. And you're happy to let them go because you want the best for them, and the two of you part ways and it's sad, but it's for the best. Maybe they lose that contract, they move back to Montreal, and you want to be with them again. That might not be so difficult to navigate. However, if you break up over what I deem to be kind of emotional issues like people's needs aren't getting met, or there's a lack of honesty and clear communication in a relationship, I think that makes reconciliation a little messier. The other main thing you need to consider is what work has been done by both parties to heal and grow from the time of the breakup. When we apply these two considerations to your case, Second Helping, I think it raises some concerns. You didn't necessarily feel heard by your partner, and you probably felt like they were being quite insensitive. Clearly, this happened to a point where you weren't able to stay in the relationship anymore. So you need to ask yourself if your ex has really done the work to heal themselves from the wounds that caused them to behave this way with you in the past. Another thing that I'm a little concerned with is that I don't know if you, Second Helping, have done the work to heal yourself from this relationship. Being that all of the reasons that you cite for your breakup point to their bad behavior, I wonder if you have really taken responsibility for your role in the relationship dynamic. Relationship dynamics emerge because of two people coming together. This leads me to my next point, which is that I sense from you, Second Helping, a little bit of passivity. Do you really want to get back together with your ex, or is it just because, as you say, they're being more intimate with you in subtle ways? What is it that you truly want in the situation? Are you reading into this intimacy because you really want to get back together with your ex? Or are you just kind of generally lonely and you're more sensitive to this kind of attention? I think if you really clarify for yourself what it is that you would want from your ex or from any other type of partner, you'll be more able to decide if your ex is the type of person that can meet those needs. I also urge you, Second Helping, to try and open a dialogue with your ex about these things. It concerns me that you are worried about the proverbial can of worms. Why shouldn't you be able to tease out these details if they're bothering you? Don't stop communication with someone just because you're afraid of things changing. As much as I would like to think that I am a purveyor of wisdom and truth, sometimes you have to do your own work in terms of ascertaining what somebody else's intentions are. I think if you sit down with your ex and you clarify to them what your expectations are for your friendship, it will probably enlighten you as to the way that they feel about you. And if that isn't enough, I highly suggest just being completely transparent. If you think they're subtly trying to prod you toward reconciliation, that's something that's worth addressing. And you know what? If it's difficult for you to address, I don't think it bodes well for reconciliation if your issue was rooted in communication in the first place. That being said, I think if you do the work to really identify your relationship needs and your goals, then you're readying yourself for love, either from your ex or someone who might be much more suitable for you. Well, that concludes this installment of Ask Hua Li. Please, I implore you to write your questions into bit.ly/AskHuaLi. Don't limit yourself to questions about romance. I am a non-expert in all sorts of fields like cultural studies, the significance of astrology, pop psychology, art, dog facts, tarot readings, popular science. Ask me anything and I will be happy to provide you a charming and somewhat shallow answer.